Hey, welcome back to another episode of Tune Quest. Today we're looking at Stoned by Mac Miller. This is of course a hip hop beat, so we're concerned with learning the chords and how to like jam on top of them and improvise with them, okay? So that's what I'm going to show you in this tutorial. It kind of starts like this, right? Okay, something like that. So what's going on here? Well, firstly, let's take a look at the chords. The first chord is a D minor 7. So you've got a D minor triad finished with the minor 7th. By the way, the minor 7th extension is always a whole step down from the root. So if you play the root with the thumb, which is D, and go down a whole step, you're going to get a minor 7 chord. And that applies literally to any minor chord, right? And then it goes down to a major 7 chord, a B flat major 7. You've got a B flat major and the thumb is playing the major 7th extension, which is a half step down from the root. Okay, the root is B flat, so down a half step, we get that chord. And by the way, when you're learning these 7th chords, these are called grips, right? They're ways that we actually shape the hands, and it's good to learn and train these grips in both hands. So do it in both hands, right? So the first chord and then the second chord. That's just at the start of the song, and then when the song gets in, when Mac starts like rapping over this, the chord progression goes like this. We're on the D minor 7, and then it actually goes up to this E flat major 7. So this is an E flat major chord with the major 7th, again a half step down from E flat the root. And you can play it, you can pulse it on the beat like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Again, it's good to do this with both hands. Try different pulsing patterns like this. So we're playing on every beat in the right hand and every second beat in the left hand. Okay, so different pulsing patterns, and then you can try this pulsing pattern. Okay. There, I switched the hands. It's good to train different ways of like actually playing chords and playing chord progressions, because when you sit at the piano, you're going to have options rather than being stuck to like one way of playing something. It's good to know different rhythms, different patterns and things like that. So that's what I like to teach in my tutorials. If you've never found my channel before, I cover things in a way where it's like open for your own interpretation and how you want to play it. Okay, so yeah, you can train different rhythms, and I think actually that's probably the best one to do here, where you play like the root of the chords as octaves in the left hand. This is what I've been doing when I've been jamming it right now, just before I started this video. You've got a root in the left hand as an octave, and then you've just got that grip in the right hand. And we're pulsing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are called eighth notes, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then move it up to the E flat major 7. Right, so you could like play that along to the song itself, and you'll feel like you're jamming with those musicians and the tune. Okay, now what's this? Okay, what's going on there? So yeah, again, this is a hip hop song. Okay, so when it comes to hip hop, like when it comes to rap, like it's not really about the melodic content. It's more about, you know, the verse and the lyrics and the rhythm of the lyrics, rather than the actual melody. So when it comes to playing these things on the piano, we want to know what we can do to feel like we can rap on it, on the keys, you know what I'm saying? So we can just improvise on it. And the scale that we can use is actually the D minor blues scale, because that's the scale that's being used for this guitar riff at the start. let me quickly show you this so that we can build upon that with the scale. So you just start on D, F, G, and then you've got this little flick thing. This is a very classic kind of blues language where you go, okay, you go up to the blue note. That's called the blue note in the scale. G sharp, and then back down. Now, it's actually a matter of articulating these notes in the right way, where it's like, it's got to be kind of like smooth flowing between those notes, and quite light on that G sharp. Not too heavy, you know what I'm saying? And then you can do this thing where you flick up between that G sharp to the A, and maybe play that C. Or maybe flick up and play D up the top. Okay, so that's what's being played by the guitar. Now, as I said, this is coming from the D blues scale, which is already the notes that we've just played here. D, F, G, G sharp, A, C, and D. Now, when it comes to the blues scale, there are some keys where the blues scale is just so nice to jam on, and this is one of them. And it's because in this key, we can actually slide so nicely between these, right? So just a quick note on the blues scale, it's actually the pentatonic scale plus one note. The pentatonic scale is a 5-note scale. In this case, the D minor pentatonic scale would be D, F, G, A, C, back to D. So that's the pentatonic scale. Now, to get the blues scale, you add that blue note. It gives it that bluesy sound. Now, the reason why I say it's so nice in this key, because you can do these slides, you know, between like notes like that. You can slide down from it, you can slide up from it. And you're gonna sound like a pro, literally. And I remember when I first discovered the blues scale, like, and I was jamming along to just 7th chords and shapes in the left hand. I started to feel like I was actually really getting good at the keys. And trust me when I say this, if you just make a practice of this, you know, sitting down like once a day or maybe, you know, every so often, and just run through these chords and just like. I mean, it's just so nice. These chords, it's just 2 chords. That's all you need, right? D minor 7, E flat major 7. And of course, you have to familiarize your eyes, your ears, and your fingers with the notes of the scale that you can actually use, right? So that might take a little bit of practice, but it's honestly worth it if this is what it's going to take to make you feel like you're starting to get the hang of the keys, you know? If you've been like learning and practicing or wanting to improve in the keys, this is it right here. You need to learn, like push through that challenge barrier until you actually feel like you can get it, and then you can just like and do those slides, you know what I'm saying? If you can, pulse the left hand. I'm sorry, this wasn't meant to be like a cover video. I feel like I'm just jamming on it, but yeah, I mean, there isn't heaps more to cover on this one, so you can just go between like different ways of playing these chords. So you could like pulse it, you know what I mean? Maybe you could just go back to that B flat major 7 chord if you wanted to. I did a little chromatic walk up thing there, back to the D, where I came up from a whole step, went back to it chromatically. Okay, so you can try different things, and you could hold these chords. You could just play that if you wanted to. You could do it up an octave. Play super low octaves. That's nice. Okay, I'm gonna stop this video because otherwise I'll just like keep jamming on it. But hopefully that inspires you to just jam out on it and just like have fun and learn these shapes, learn these different movements, learn and practice these scales and these cool things that you can do on the keys so that you can level up. And if you want to become a keyboard wizard, sign up for Keyboard Wizardry. And if you really want to speed run the process, you can book a call to find out if like coaching is right for you, if you're ready at that stage of your journey to like really level up and learn exactly like the things to practice. Get in touch. But otherwise, the community is free. You can sign up for that, and I'm working on some free resources, so I'd love to see you in there. But that's everything for this video, so good luck, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.